And this is how we do it. Welcome guys in the post-production tutorial. My name is Shane Gentles and this is the Editor Faster series where we focus on how to make your workflow flow faster. And today we'll be doing part 1 of shortcuts. How are you using shortcuts to make your workflow flow faster? So let's not waste any time. Subscribe so you know when the second episode comes out, and let's not waste any time. Let's go get it. So let's start off with the basic shortcuts. Now, majority of you guys are going to know what these shortcuts are. If you don't, I suggest start learning them right now. Stop this video and just write these down. And then you have these ones here that are pretty much for editing software, pretty much all around. Oh, I pressed play. Pretty much all around. Pretty much a lot of people are going to know what these shortcuts are. But again, if you don't, pause the video, write these down. These are the ones that you're going to need to know. They're the pretty basic ones. So please learn these ones first. Now, I'm going to address something in my last video when I was talking about the tool window here and why I have it up here. Now, when you're writing text in Premiere, so you say you're writing text here and you want to go back to your cursor to do whatever you need to do, which is V, cursor for V, it's just going to write V, right? So what's really annoying is you can't use the cursor shortcut. You have to actually press the cursor button. So that's why I have it up here, because it's much more quicker to go straight up here instead of going all the way down here where it usually is. And it just makes things a lot more quicker. And that's what these shortcuts are meant to be about, because the shortcut for the cursor just doesn't work. So the first thing we're going to start off with are the scrolling and navigation shortcuts. Things that can get you in and out and around the timeline really quickly. Now, instead of going to the scroll bar and moving it about, like, I'm pretty much sure you know scrolling. But if you press Alt, you can zoom in and out, which does save you a lot of time than going to the scroll bar and trying to zoom in and out. There's two main reasons why it just takes too much time. One is that sometimes it just takes just a few seconds just to get it right, because sometimes it's quite small, so you have to like get in there. And secondly is when you scroll in from the scroll bar, it will scroll in from where the cursor is, if you see here. But sometimes you don't care where the cursor is. You just want to zoom in exactly where you are. So say if I'm over here, it doesn't really matter where the cursor is. I can just zoom in where the exact point I want to be, and I can zoom straight in. But if I did from the scroll bar, it's going to weirdly just kind of go back to where the scroll bar is, as you can see here. If you want to scroll up and down, you can just press Control, and you can scroll up and down from each track. So the audio tracks here, if I had more video tracks, I could also scroll up and down as well. That's kind of useful. I don't really use it that much. I probably should actually. But yeah, just to let you know. So you press Control, you can go up and down, and you press Alt, you can zoom in, and you can zoom out. So next shortcut, which I don't know if it's much of a shortcut, but it's a pretty neat thing to know if you want to do something really quickly, is if you have like two clips that you have here split apart and you want to move them together, what we usually do is that you'll select the clip and you just bring it closer till it actually snaps. Snap. Snap. Okay, see, it doesn't even snap. It's not even snapping great. See, okay. It's still not snap properly. What is wrong with this? Right, what's wrong with me? Right, so you see, it can be takes a little bit of time from you just to quickly get those things snapped together. You can just select between the two clips and press delete, and it will just perfectly click straight together and it will bring everything forward. Now, if you don't want to bring everything forward, it can be problematic. But I think it's just, most of the time, just really quick. Just to quickly, boom, just get that right in there instead of trying to make it snap. Look at this. Look at this. Terrible. I still can't do it. Leave me alone. Right, so, yes, I call it the select delete. I don't know if there's a proper name for it. That's what I just particularly call it. So yeah, we're going to go through some selecting kind of shortcuts. So I think the first thing you want to talk about is the select forward tool. If you press A, you can bring up the select forward tool. Some of you guys will probably know this already, to be honest with you. It's pretty much up here, as you can see. So instead of actually clicking on the tool, you can just go straight to the shortcut and just press A. So we're going to go into a bit more deeper into the track select forward tool. So the track select forward tool, if you don't know what it is that it tracks everything forward for you. So I can track everything forward here. If I go back to the cursor, you don't even need to go back to the cursor. You can actually move whatever that's forward while you have the track select forward. But you can just go back to V and bring everything forward and move it exactly where you want it to be. Really much a huge lifesaver instead of trying to zoom all the way out, select everything, zoom all the way into where you want to be, and then try to just move exactly where you want it to be. Maybe you just want to go straight in. You can do that too. Let's go into a bit more depth with track select forward. So if you just want to select just a track, you can just hold down the shift button and it will just select just one track. If you see just here, it will just select just the audio track there, and it will just select the video clip that is here. That's super useful. So what about if you want to track select everything previous from the clip that you clicked on? So let's go back to track select tool, and if you just hold down shift and press A again, you can go all the way backwards. Let go of shift and it will track everything forward. If you hold down shift, it will just select just the track. So that's pretty much it. If you want to go back to track select forward, just press A again and it'll go back forward. If you hold down shift A, it will go back. So you can kind of just play with that. I think it's super useful if you just don't want to keep on scrolling in and out. It does save you quite a bit of time if you keep on doing that. Next is we're going to talk about the pen tool. Now pretty much I'm sure a lot of you know what the pen tool is. It's a very popular tool within just the Adobe software and pretty much any other NLE, to be honest with you. I'm pretty much sure that all of them is P. The shortcut is P. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. But yeah, if you just press P, and you can, if you don't know what this is, I'll go through it quickly. I'm pretty sure this is very basic. That's why this is called basic shortcuts. It's a pretty basic shortcut here. Yeah, so what it does, it creates keyframes for you. So if you just press it on the volume line here, we created 2 keyframes, and you just bring one keyframe down. I just pressed the cut button. Yeah, just bring it down, and it will just make a nice fade in. Oh, wow. Even though it has all the other audio there. I'm pretty much sure you get the concept of that, to be honest with you. It's pretty much straightforward what it does. You can also do it with the opacity as well of a clip, which is pretty much how I do my fade ins and outs. There's reasonings why I would do an opacity and an effect for it, but most of the time it's just way more easier just to use the pen tool. Now I want to show you one other thing is if you press X here, it will select a clip. So instead of going to a clip at the beginning, putting the in, going at the end, and putting the O for the out, it's a bit of time. Like if you keep on doing that, it does add up. It's much more quick if you just press X and it'll put in the in and out there for you. Honestly, I don't really use this that much because if I'm doing a bunch of clips together, it doesn't really work. Say if I do this, right, and I go here, it's just going to select just one clip. It's not going to select both of them. Sometimes it's quite useful. Maybe you just want to render out one clip real quickly. So you just like select it and then you just press enter just to render it out. Can be quite useful. But we're going to just go here and I'm going to show you how to export with using a shortcut. So the shortcut for exporting is Control M, and I'll bring up the shortcut right here for you. Just like how you do with a normal export, but instead of going all the way to File and then going all the way down to Export and then going to Media, like that's a lot of moves. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a lot of moves. I've saved you a lot of moves just by literally 2 clicks of your keyboard. I just saved you a lot of time. And that is part 1 for shortcuts. Thanks guys for watching the A Little Faster series. Please subscribe so you know when part 2 comes out. I thought this was really useful. The next one got some loads more bonuses, a little more advanced shortcut tips for you guys. So please subscribe, like, comment, and share. If you thought it was super useful and think someone else could benefit from this video, please share. And until next time, guys, bless the peace.